I did it. I don't feel bad. I did it. My lawyer, he's always saying, don't say that. Every time I say that when I'm in a room with him, he says, do not say that. You will be fined an amount of money that you could never pay off in a million years with your current financial situation. Your life will be ruined if you say this out loud. Do not say this to any of your friends. Do not say this to any of Truck's friends. Do not say this to Truck, especially don't say it to Truck's lawyers. Don't say it to the judge. Don't say it to your coworkers. Don't say it to anyone you ever meet, even strangers. So this this is the only way I can get this off my chest already. I need to be telling someone about this because I did it. I killed his pet. Okay? It was the right thing to do. The little prick deserved it, okay? And I know that sounds bad. I know that sounds terrible, as a matter of fact. Oh, you killed what? A dog? A cat? No, no. I don't even know. Some type of winged thing. I don't understand. It was some endangered thing. Truck shouldn't have had it as a pet anyway. So this started months. This started like last summer, maybe no, last spring actually. I think is when what the legal what the official record states. I was at my friend's place. My friend's holiday trailer. You know, we weren't going camping. I'll say that much. We weren't going camping. They were holding an intervention for me, okay? I'm being a little facetious. I'm being a little misleading. They're holding an intervention for my AI usage. I was sort of obsessed with this they call it LLM. The LLM, it stands for literal language machine, and basically I treated it sort of a little too much like an actual being, an actual person, and in their eyes at least, and they got kind of panicked, and I don't know, they if they had just talked to me like a normal human beings, I would have just said, oh, okay, I would have addressed this issue, but they decided to hold an intervention, okay? But the whole time they were yelling at me, screaming at me, making me feel like an idiot for using AI, for using artificial intelligence. I was using it for therapy, okay? My wife and kids left me. I was addicted to Flintstones vitamins. Yes, literally. Okay, I didn't know you could become addicted to them either. That's why it happened. I didn't know. I don't have anything. Yet I'm being sued for everything. I don't have the money for this lawsuit. Okay? I'm getting ahead of myself. They were holding this AI intervention for me with a couple of my pals, a couple of my friends, and Truck, who was a longtime friend of mine from way back in the day. We would grab beers together almost every single Friday, almost, and but then it started. I started to get busy because I have a life, and I'm not a complete dumb hillbilly idiot. Yeah, I wasn't available to just stand around and drink beer all the damn time, unlike him. And I got busy. And he got all offended and decided to make up this whole narrative about how I'm addicted to artificial intelligence. It wasn't a problem or an addiction. It was just stupid. It was new technology, I thought it was neat. I didn't realize all the environmental stuff, and I'm woke, okay? I'm woke. I'm not I'm woke, so don't get upset with me because I tried AI years ago when it was brand new and it seemed like cool, interesting technology, and I didn't realize all the environmental stuff and the sort of the oligarchical billionaire data harvesting surveillance state sort of stuff of it. But instead of talking to me about that like a normal damn person, we had an intervention, and for some godforsaken reason, Truck decides to bring his pet. It was an iguana. I don't know if it was not an iguana. It was like a lizard, but like a bird also at the same time. Some exotic rare species I've never even heard of in my entire life. It looks like, speaking of AI, it looks like it could have been AI generated, honestly. That's how fake it looked. It was just some weird, creepy looking thing. Honestly, I did it a favor by putting it out of its misery. It was like crossbred between a chicken and like a lizard or something. Like that's what it looked like. It was it made me want to throw up, frankly, just looking about it. Just thinking about it now is actually making me just making me a little nauseous there. Instead of just talking like normal human beings, everyone's hollering, everyone's screaming. It's this big old yelling match. Basically, like from the moment I went in there, they were just so hostile towards me, and I did nothing wrong, pretty much. Almost nothing wrong. There's this lizard thing there, and as I'm there, I'm holding my phone. I think I was checking the time. They would probably say I was on AI because this fits their narrative and their agenda. It wasn't not accurate to what actually happened, and it's not even like you could find evidence either way, because this rodent, this foul creature that Truck dare calls a pet, flings out of nowhere and in one foul swoop. Here, let me get this. This is my phone. This is my new phone, by the way. The other one was on an old one. But in one foul swoop, snaps it into bits and crunches it up like it's ice. Like it's ice when you're drinking water and there's water in your cup. And then there's like sort of like, well, okay, well there's no ice in there, so that's a bad example. They all erupt in laughter and cheering and clapping like it's the funniest damn thing on earth. Like it's Harold Lloyd holding onto a clock, and this thing leaps up and just starts biting on my neck, and it hurt. It hurt like a snake bite. It wasn't a snake. I know I seem a little indescriptive about what kind of weird creature this is. I'm not describing a snake as a reptile and a chicken and a rodent as well. It wasn't a snake, but it felt like a snake bite. And I've never been bit by a snake, but I mean in the sense of like when someone grabs your arm and they do this, and it's called a snake bite. That's what it felt like, but on my neck. I thought I might die. I thought it was chomping big chunks of my throat out. And so I rip the thing off, I throw it to the ground, I stomp it, 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 I stomp it. I jump in the air and lower my elbow onto it. I open the cupboards of the trailer and I grab like I wanted to grab like a knife or something, but I opened the wrong drawer and I got a cutting board instead, but I just used the cutting board instead of using the knife, and just smacked it and smacked it and smacked it and smacked it. And then I brought out the knife and finally put it out of its misery for good. Needless to say, Truck wasn't too happy, and neither were my other so-called friends, to be perfectly honest with you. They kind of acted all horrified. Like I was in the wrong. Your pet assaulted me violently. It was self-defense to the fullest meaning of the word. Not according to Truck's lawyer, yeah. So now where we're at is Truck is suing me, or trying to sue me rather. My biggest defense. Okay, it was self-defense. And it was some exotic creature that I don't even think it's legal to own. My lawyer wants to switch up the defense a little, because apparently there's been some inconsistencies between my story and Truck's story, and Deborah's another person who was there, and I don't feel bad, I guess, is sort of this point of contention, and he's like, it doesn't matter how you feel about it, the defense is just what happened objectively. And I'm like, okay, I can't point out the fact that he's a fucking maniac and a loser and some hillbilly, some drunk hillbilly. Yeah, that's right, he's got a drinking problem. Yet he holds an intervention for me because I use chat GPS. He watched too many video essays about it and then thought he was doing me some great favor by holding this quote unquote intervention of AI. And Truck knows I can't afford to pay this. I am I have a few odd jobs. I do some drop shipping stuff, but I don't get the kind of hours or wages that one would describe as a living wage. Ever since YouTube shut down my AI scam channel, I made it. It's like a scam. It was like a scam. It was like a way of scamming people into giving celebrities money. If you ask me, it's typical government overreach. Because let's face it, YouTube is basically the government at this point. YouTube and TikTok are basically our world leaders. My lawyer, can't think of his name right now. Jimmy. It's Jimmy or Jim. Okay, here's the thing. I can't remember if his name is actually Jimmy or if I just think it's Jimmy because that's the name. That's the name of the guy from Better Call Saul. I thought his name was Saul the whole time watching Breaking Bad. I thought his name was Saul, and then I watched the show. His name is Jimmy all of a sudden. I'm so confused. I stopped watching the show like a couple episodes in because I was so confused. I was like, I thought this was a Breaking Bad spin-off. A Truck showed me that show. It's a dumb hick show, really. It's for hillbilly alcoholics. That's the only people who watch Better Call Saul. And they stole the theme music from... I can't... Someone online has probably pointed this out at some point, but they stole the theme music from that show from an adult video website. That's literally the theme music. That's where they got it. For Better Call Saul. But the point is, I killed the bird the rare bird. Honestly, I'd do it again. That's about it. I just needed to get this off my chest. And, you know, I'm glad I can finally talk to someone about this. My lawyer is up my ass all the time saying, this shit is confidential. Don't share it. 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 Why? He said, don't share it to no person. The internet is not a person. So legally speaking, I'm in the clear. And it feels so satisfying to finally just get off my chest that I did it. I'm guilty of the crime. And I don't feel any kind of remorse for it, really.